I'm feeling optimistic, kind of. I'm beginning to have doubts. Well, it might be stupid, but we're trying to go for it.
It's Brian, and I'm about to go to all 6 Disney parks in the United States in one day, today. And to raise the stakes a little bit, I'm going to try to ride the biggest ride in each park. Will I have enough time? Will my flight be delayed? Will I even make it to California? Come along with me and let's find out. It's 6:30 a.m. and we're on the way to Animal Kingdom. Let's go.
So while we're heading over to Animal Kingdom, hi, it's me. I'm just going to ask you to go ahead and subscribe. I think about 8% of my viewers are actually subscribed to the channel, so let's bump up that number. It sounds like a good time to me. And while I'm here, I'm just going to warn you that I'm going to be coming in like this periodically on green screen just to explain anything that I failed to explain day of, thought processes, what's happening, just to fill in any loose ends. So tie up loose ends, fill in loose ends, whatever. But enjoy Animal Kingdom. Okay, great. So just made it to Animal Kingdom. The plan here is to rope drop Flight of Passage. I figured through all of my sort of strategizing, that would be the best play, would be to rope drop Flight of Passage, probably just standby queue Rise of Resistance, and buy lightning lanes for Tron and Guardians, and just hope that works out. That's the plan. But yeah, we're gonna go. I got here at 6:45, pretty early. The early park entry is at 7:30, so I'm gonna be standing for an hour and a half, basically, waiting for this. But I figured that was the best way to ensure that I am within the first of the regular people to get on the ride, because I don't want to spend that much time here. I figure I'll have enough time in the Florida section. I'll be fine, but just wanted to be safe rather than sorry. So I'll check back in once we are closer to actually getting it. But this is the update from here, and it's a beautiful morning. Look at this beautiful sunrise action going on. It's nice. I'm pleased with it. So yeah, we'll check back in a bit. But first, on the way. So I didn't do the Florida portion of this trip alone. My cousin Bennett joined me on this day, and we agreed to meet at Animal Kingdom to start the day. You'll notice here I'm walking a little bit slowly. People are passing me. That's because Bennett was about 5 minutes late, and I figured rather than getting in line and having him just have to wait for me to get off the ride, I would just wait for him to show up and we'd get in line together. It actually worked out nicely because I was able to book our Lightning Lane for Tron, which became available at the same time as the park opened at Animal Kingdom, because that's when Magic Kingdom opened, and that's when you can buy the Lightning Lane. So worked out nicely for that. And those 5 minutes of waiting probably added 45 minutes or more to our overall wait time for Flight of Passage. It was a long, long wait. Bennett eventually showed up. We waited forever. We waited so long that we were able to book our Lightning Lanes for Guardians when Epcot opened up. And you should know that you can only book 2 Lightning Lanes a day. So that was kind of the strategic aspect of this, was deciding Tron and Guardians were going to be our Lightning Lanes because we could stand by pretty easily for Flight of Passage and Rise. So that was the plan. But yeah, we got those Lightning Lanes, and we waited and waited and waited. We got to the lab, and Bennett filmed a little science montage, and you can enjoy that now.
Science. Bioscience. Not science. Science. Big person science. Science desk. No more science.
Cool. And then finally, mercifully, we made it onto the ride. So we did it. Hi. I'm ready. Hi. And yeah, there's going to be some filming on rides in this video. I'm sorry about it in advance. I'm generally pretty vocal about not doing that. I feel it's pretty disruptive to people who are on the ride with you. But for a challenge like this, I just felt like that sort of documenting of it was a necessary component to make this video work. So there is ride footage from most of the rides that I got on. Look forward to that. And if you hate me for that, that's fine. I don't really care.
Sivako!
We just got off the ride. I got very spit on. It was a lot of wetness.
Yeah, I don't know what he was talking about.
Seat 1, you get really blasted with it. They really go heavy with it. So we're gonna grab some breakfast now, and then we're gonna go straight to Hollywood Studios and get in another long line, which is gonna be so much fun. Can't wait.
Birds.
Buds. Appreciate it. How are you on? No worries.
Show me the donut, Brian. There we go. Donut.
Okay, that took a little bit longer than we thought. I think we were in line for like an hour and 50 minutes, but we should still be good. It's 10:30 right now. We're going to DHS. That line's probably going to take about 80 minutes. And our lightning lanes are for Tron, it's 1:15 to 2:15, and Guardians, it's 1:45 to 2:45. So we should have plenty of time. My flight leaves at 4:50, so I think as long as I leave the general Disney World area by like 2:30ish, I should be fine, because I have pre-check and clear and all that stuff. So I should be good, but a long, long start to the day at Animal Kingdom. So here's hoping the rest of the day is smooth sailing after this. But we're gonna go get to DHS now. I'm in the car, time to go. So early on in the planning of this challenge, I was actually gonna rely on the Disney transportation, the buses that took you from park to park. And I think looking back on it now, it just never would have worked in that setup. I was looking up until the day I left basically for a rental car that was reasonably priced, and I did finally find one. And I think that really makes or breaks the whole thing. If you don't have someone who's driving you, or you don't have a rental car yourself that you can drive between the parks, using the buses is just gonna take way too much time. So being able to have my own rental car just really eased some of those fears that I had and made it more possible to get this done. If this is a challenge you might want to consider attempting in the future, I would maybe opt also for the preferred parking just to save even more time. It's valid for all the parks you go to in a day. I just didn't feel like that was a necessary time save for me. So didn't spend the extra, I think it's like $20 to do that. But that's an option for you if you want to do that. But I didn't. I will say the part I'm already very much not looking forward to, having gone through security twice already this morning, is when I get to California and I have to go through security at Disneyland. Their security is so much more convoluted, and it's going to be difficult with my entire backpack of things that I've brought with me on the trip I was on previous to this, the trips I'm going on after this. So that's going to be a process, and I'm already like feeling anxious about it. Oh, Ben is calling me.
It was as fast as I could.
Not fast enough.
Oh.
So we finally looked at the wait time for here, and it's 105 minutes, which right now it's like 11, right?
Yeah, it's 11 right now.
It'll be close. Our lightning name for TRON is at 1:15. We'll make that for sure. It's just, I wanted to have as much time as possible at the end of Guardians, but it'll be fine. We'll make it up in the air. That's what the pilots always say. So I think we'll be fine. Maybe. Or not. I don't know. Okay, I just want to jump in here to clarify. Yes, this is a pretty silly clip of my wrist, a notification from my Apple Watch, but I need to let you know the amount of relief that I felt when I saw it. So this is a notification from my app Flighty, which told me that my plane that I'm going to be taking from Orlando to LA had left LA to Orlando and was going to be arriving in Orlando early, which, means most likely I'm probably going to be leaving on time. And really the biggest part of this whole challenge, it's not whether you can do the rides in Florida, it's not getting to the parks in Florida, it's the flight. If your flight is delayed, you are not going to be able to make it in time to California to do the 2 parks there and complete the 6 parks in one day challenge. So the flight thing was a huge point of anxiety for me the entire time. And to see this notification come through and show me that the flight was on its way, likely to be early to Orlando, meaning it would likely be able to get back home to LA on time, it was a big relief. So kind of a dumb clip, but I felt like in the moment I was like, this is important. So now go ahead and enjoy this line footage from Rise of the Resistance. We got a blessing in the fact that the tip board was maybe a bit inflated. It said 110 minutes, I think, and I think we only waited about 80, so not too bad. The worst part though was after the Ray room, there's that door to the outside when you get on the little transport ship, and that door just did not open for like 5 minutes. And it doesn't matter. You're just getting in line again once you get off the transport ship. But for some reason, those 5 minutes were just knowing I was already a little bit behind from where I wanted to be. I was like, this is the worst. This is the worst. And yeah, we got on the transport ship, we got in the line, and it was immediately partied up into the ride vehicle. So it really wasn't a problem. But in the moment, I was like, this sucks. But it was fine. We got off the ride. Up is real bad.
It's 12:50. We got TRON at 1:15. We have that hour window, but then we have Guardians at 1:45. So we're gonna run.
I don't know why he's running.
Come on.
So now, having done 2 out of 4 rides, we're leaving Hollywood Studios. It's about 1 o'clock, and my flight leaves at 4:50 p.m. So I'm starting to crunch the numbers here, and I'm like, I don't know how this is going to work. Adding up all of the time to be in line, the time to get to the parks, in between the parks, to go get gas to fill up my car, to get back to the airport, to drop off my rental car, to go through security, to get to my gate. I was like, I just don't know if there's enough time here. So I started to try to figure out where I could cut some corners, try to do things, and it was this whole ordeal. But this is where it really started to eat at me. This might not be possible. This is by far the worst part of this, is just walking.
Going to one park to do one thing.
I'm going over here. See ya. Also, it wasn't clear. The plan now is to go to TTC, then Magic Kingdom, ride TRON, then back down to Epcot, then ride Guardians, then I leave.
Oh, gosh.
Got it?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool. So this is completely unrelated to the video, but while we're at TTC, I have to mention this story because it happened at TTC earlier on this trip. I was standing on this platform waiting to go to Magic Kingdom, and this guy is there, and he's like, yeah, so Space Mountain was down earlier today because I was on a ride vehicle and a cell phone flew out of somebody's hand and hit me in the face. So they had to shut down the ride to check for more debris and like, you know, stuff on the tracks or whatever. I was like, this is hilarious. I'm glad you're okay, but also this is terrifying. Do I need to wear a helmet to go to Disneyland now? This is scary, but yeah, so just an anecdote. That's it. On to Magic Kingdom. Okay, we made it to Magic Kingdom. What time is it, Bennett?
1:38.
It's 1:38.
Took us 37 minutes to get here.
So we'll do this lightning lane, hopefully be off of it quick, and then get over to Epcot as fast as possible. It's gonna be tight. I think we can do it. So when you do a challenge like this, you know there's going to be a lot of walking. Anytime I go to Disney, I kind of just assume I'm signing up for like 10 to 12 miles of walking. This challenge, though, is especially evil, the version I did, going on all the rides, because it feels like all of the rides, except for maybe Gardens of the Galaxy in Epcot, are like in some far-flung corner of the park, as far as you can get from the gate. So we would go, you know, from the parking lot to the gate, to the back of the park, back to the gate, back to the car. There's just so much walking. It was like so different from the walking you're used to at any regular Disneyland or Disney World day, because on those days you're kind of just ambling from ride to ride. This was like very purposeful speed walking, and it was maybe the most tired I've ever been inside of a Disney park, and it was genuinely awful. By the time we got to Tron, I was like, this sucks. So, you know, that's my review so far.
Space Mountain. Here we go.
Initiate in 3, 2, 1.
All right, we just got off Tron. It's like 2:05 or something. I'm beginning to have doubts. I don't think we'll be able to make this work just based on, it's probably going to take, I don't know, 35 minutes to get back to Epcot. And
Actually, we haven't been there yet.
well, yeah, get to Epcot. I want to go in Epcot, but I don't think I can do that blind, mostly because of that long pre-show. If I could just go straight to the car, I would do it, but I don't know how it's going to work. It really depends on how fast you can get there. Part of me is like, should we just take a minivan? But then I have to get back up to the transportation tickets center anyway, so it's like, I don't know, is it worth it? So to get to Epcot for Magic Kingdom, we take the ferry for some reason. I think Bennett wanted us to take the monorail smartly, and I said, well, the ferry's already there and nobody's on it, so let's go and get on it. Maybe it's the same amount of time, I don't really know, but it feels slower, and that's what was worse. While on the ferry, I decided I had to take the toll roads. I had not been driving on the toll roads with my rental car to this point, so I was like, I just have to do it if I'm gonna make this work, if we're gonna try this. And I finally got the bill back for that. This is like a month later, I'm recording this, by the way, and I had to pay an extra $13.99 just to go on one toll road to the airport, but I guess it's worth it, so did that. And yeah, what I didn't do is I didn't film any driving footage from Magic Kingdom TTC to Epcot. You know, we got gas, did all that, so sorry, you'll have to pretend. We got to Epcot in our cars. We drove there, even though there was no footage for that, so please believe that that is something that happened, even though I did not document it. Thank you. Well, it might be stupid, but we're trying to go for it. I think I have probably about 30 minutes total to get in here and do this ride.
Took us 40 minutes to get here, plus getting gas.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Wish us luck. Wish us short queue. So another wrinkle is that we are technically late for our lightning lane return time here. It is almost 3, and our lightning lane return time was like 2:45. So usually you have like a 15-minute grace period, so we might be fine, but I don't know. We'll see. Okay, we're inside, and there's not much of a line for lightning lane, which is good. It's promising. This looks possible. I'm not sure yet though, but it looks possible. Are we gonna round the corner? No.
The very front.
Okay. This is dicey. It's getting close.
Okay, wait. Pause. We got to pause right here.
So a lot is about to happen, and in the moment, I was a little bit too stressed to record anything. So we get in line for Gardens of the Galaxy. We walk up the little ramp. We're trying to see where the line stops. We want a very short queue. I'm thinking in order for this to be possible, it has to be a short queue. And I try to diagram it here, but basically what it looked like is we had the line, and then it like has that corner, and we were like right at that corner. So we have the whole line up to the Glen Close room, and then you have to do all the pre-show, and then you go to the cars. And so I'm looking at this, and I'm like doing the mental math, thinking, well, it's about 5 minutes to the room, 10 minutes for the pre-show, maybe another 10 minutes to get on and off the ride, 15 minutes to get back to my car. And like at this point, it's already 3:15 and my flight leaves at 4:50. My flight is going to board in 1 hour. And so I'm just thinking, this is probably not going to work. And so I have to make a very, very quick judgment call on whether or not I'm going to continue with this to get on the ride, chance getting on my flight at all. And in that moment, I decide that I can't do it. I have to bow out, which sucks. It sucks so bad. Not because of the challenge, like whatever. I really built this challenge around going to the 6 parks in one day. That was the big thing for me. But I just love this ride so much, and to have it not be the one I go on, to have it be the one I don't go on, I should say, that sucked. So if I could do this all over again, I would do that ride first, just to make sure I get on it because it's the best ride. But yeah, so I had to bow out. Bennett continued on without me. We'll catch more of his footage later. But yeah, so I did not get on the ride in Epcot. So sorry.
Brian's gonna leave me. He's heading out. I'll continue on.
So it's not gonna happen. I was looking at it and, we were sitting in the lightning lane and I was like, it's gonna take us 20 minutes to get down to the platform, 5 minutes to get through the ride. It's gonna take me 15 minutes to get back to the car probably. By that time it's gonna be 3:45 and my flight boards at 4:10. And so I was just looking at that and I was like, even with clear or with pre-check, I just don't think that's going to work out. Still, made it to Epcot, so that's 4 parks today. And we'll get on the plane and hit the other 2. And we'll still try to do the rides there. I think it'll be fine. 5 out of 6 ain't too bad, I don't think. I don't have any footage at all from leaving Epcot to getting on my plane. It was a mad dash. It was a chase. And it felt like every factor was against me. I rented with Hertz, not an ad. And their drop-off point is the farthest from the security checkpoint that you can use to use Delta, which was the airline I was flying, also not sponsored. So that was one thing. And then my Clear, not sponsored. I have been having this thing where they keep on having to redo my ID or whatever, and it never works. And they keep telling me to bring my passport, but I keep forgetting. And this was a trip that I had been on for a month prior to going to Disney World. So I just didn't have it with me. So that took forever to get them out of that system, get me through the line. Then I was behind people with a bunch of luggage, some families. By the time I got to my plane, it was boarding. They had just called the beginning of boarding. And, I'm someone who travels a lot. I flew over 75,000 miles last year. And that was not fun. So that very much tested my limits of what I am capable of withstanding in terms of time and stress within travel. I'm usually a very cool cucumber when it comes to this kind of stuff, but I did not like this at all. But I did make the flight. Oh, also, in case you were wondering what Bennett got up to, we do have the footage for that. So let's roll the tapes.
All right, so I just got off the ride. It's currently 3:32, so I don't know if Brian could really do it, but one last thing for me, got the deconstructed DLT, so you can suck it, Brian.
Okay, I made it on the flight, which is good. I was worried. It was close. If I had not left when I left, would not be on this flight. And I got upgraded to first class, which is nice. I'm on a new A321neo. I'm a big plane guy, and these ones have the new weird horse blinder seats. I don't know. It's weird, but got a long flight ahead to LA. It's nice to be in first class, so I am not upset about that. But I am a little bummed to have not made it on to the ride, but I think all the parks in one day is fine, so we'll be fine.
Halfway through this flight, and we just had some good food. The little chocolate cake they gave me was pretty good. I was very into that. I'm watching Little Mermaid. It's fine. I like the new song that they gave both Eric and Ariel. I'm feeling okay. I texted my cousin just telling me, hey, it's fine. I waited for you at Animal Kingdom, and I feel better spending that time with you than I do going on the ride and getting through everything. I feel fine just going to all 6 parks. I think that's fine. We're due to land around 7:23, which gives me plenty of time to get to the parks, really. If I get off this plane pretty quick, which shouldn't be a problem. I'm pretty close to the front, so if I get off pretty quick, I should be able to get an Uber pretty quick, and then I can get to the parks in about 35 to 40 minutes, so it shouldn't be too bad. But again, like I mentioned this morning, I'm a little bit anxious, I guess would be the right word, for security at the parks, just given that I have a gigantic backpack. I have my tote bag with with everything else I have in it. So it's going to be a process. I'm not super excited about it. It's very different from the processes where we just walk through a little gate and they just say, you're fine. But we'll see how it goes. I'm mostly anxious about that. And that's where most of my anxiety has been placed the entirety of kind of planning this trip. So we'll see what happens. For now, I think things are good. We've got about 3 hours left in this flight. So just going. Things look good out there. And we'll be landing soon. And I'm excited about potentially definitely getting into 6 parks today. Beautiful thing about leaving a city like Orlando on the East Coast at 5 p.m. and flying to somewhere like LA is that you just get continuous sunset out your window the entire flight. It's just been nonstop, just sunset forever. It's been beautiful. We're about 2 hours or so away from Los Angeles. My plan is to, in order to keep doing all the rides, I know that I didn't get all the rides in Florida, but I want to keep going. My plan is to go to California Adventure, get into single rider line for cars, and then hopefully I can go from there over to Disneyland and get into the Rise of Resistance line before 10 p.m. because that's when the ride closes there because of the fireworks show. So hopefully I can get 5 out of the 6 rides. We'll see how it goes. I'm not totally sure that it'll happen. That was always going to be kind of the hardest part of the whole experiment, was trying to figure out if I could actually get on both the rides in California, just given the fact that Rise closes at 10. So we'll see how it goes. But I'll probably reconnect with you once we land, get in the Uber, and figure things out. I'm still not feeling great about security in California, but we'll figure it out.
Okay, we just landed at LAX at a different gate than I thought it would be at. So I gotta walk a little bit of ways to get to the Uber lot, which is not fun, but we landed early enough that I feel like I have enough time to make this work, so I'm not overly worried, but I'm gonna walk outside because that seems nicer than walking inside. So it's gonna be loud, but I'm not gonna record, so it's fine. Okay, bye. You have to walk a mile to get your Uber here, but I should be getting to the parks around, let's see, it's 7:35 right now. Should be getting to the parks around 8:10-ish, which is pretty good. Again, still nervous about security because can't really see it because the track down this is interesting, but yeah, big back. So we'll see what happens. Uber should be showing up any minute now, so I'll see you there. So now you're getting footage from the Uber ride. I tried to be very discreet about it because I don't like recording other people. But just to let you know, if you are thinking about doing this challenge, I paid $74 for this Uber. That includes the $15 tip that I gave the driver. And I think that's a pretty fair price for as far as you have to go. I think I was expecting to pay closer to like $90 or $100. So I was pretty pleased with that. I want to shout out my driver, Armin. He was very fast, but not in a dangerous way. He knew where he was going. He knew where to drop me off to like avoid long drop-off lines. That's why he got that $15 tip. Armin, you're the best. Thank you for such a great experience. And just like that, we're in California Adventure. I know I talked a lot about the bag situation and how stressed and anxious I was about it, and I'm here to tell you it wasn't that bad. What I failed to think about when I was stressing about it so much was that at 8 p.m., there's not a long line of people going through security. It's not like when you're getting there in the morning, you know. You can kind of just go to one line and everybody else can filter around you when they see you have everything you've ever owned coming through the line with you. So it wasn't that bad. It really only inconveniences the cast member. So to that person, I'm sorry you had to go through all of my stuff, but it ended up being fine. I got a locker, got into the park, and it was just fine. Yeah. Okay, we made it into California Adventure. I got to drop off my bag in a locker. Almost didn't fit though. It was tight squeeze, but we made it work. It took forever to get through security, but it happened. The guy was super understanding and nice, which is nice. Now we're heading over to Racers because that's what I have to do here. So we're gonna do that and knock out our 5th park of 6. Gotta tell you, after being in Florida for a week and part of today, it just feels good to be back here. This is my home park and this is where I feel most comfortable. There are a lot of things that I like about Florida. The security is one of them, as we've mentioned many times today, but I don't know. Something about being here just feels right. It feels at home. I love it here. So easy to do everything, so I'm happy to be here. Looks like I don't have to buy a lightning lane for this ride. I thought I might have to just based on timing because I have to get back to Rise by 10, but I think I can just do a single rider because it's only like 50 minutes, so I think we'll be good. We'll hop in line there and cruise on over to Rise of Resistance, which had a short wait time as well. I don't know if that was just a late night show thing or something, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, only 50 minutes, not bad. So just to be honest here, I have no recollection of anything that happened within the Cars line. I don't remember how long it took really. I don't remember being there. The only thing I remember specifically is having one momentary thought where I was like, nobody knows I was in Florida this morning. Which is like, who cares? So yeah, don't remember much, but enjoy this footage of the water tower and me on the ride, and I'll catch up with you after the fact. Oh, stupid. Okay, just got off of Racers now, and it's raining. I would have expected that in Florida, but not here. I guess it's been pretty bad the last week or so down here, so. But that wasn't too bad. Posted standby was like 50 minutes, and in single rider it took maybe like, I don't know, 15 minutes, so not too bad. Of course, this wouldn't be a proper Disney vlog if I didn't tell you how great it is, after being in Florida all morning, to be in the Esplanade and just see Disneyland across the way. Like, it's right there. Everybody always talks about it, but it is the best thing. After walking all day, my little legs were singing a happy song. Just seeing it right there. Oh, beautiful thing. I love Disney. I love it. Okay, so now back in Disneyland, that officially completes my 6 parks in one day challenge. I don't even know why I wanted to do this in the first place, but I saw someone do a video of it a while back, and I just decided it was something that I wanted to do, so I went for it. I added a little bit of a challenge to it. Almost finished it, but not quite. We're gonna keep going with it though, heading to Rise before it closes for the night to get in line for that. Shouldn't be too long, and it looks like the wait's been fluctuating between like 35 and 45 minutes, so should be a pretty quick experience. Definitely faster than earlier today in Florida. It's exciting to be back here. I love this park, and to be here after being in Florida this morning and doing all those 4 parks there, and now doing this, it's nice. So I'm gonna go ride, and then we'll kind of wrap it up from there. But yeah, it's good to be here. I will say it's also nice to be back here because I know exactly where everything is here, as opposed to, Epcot I pretty much know, Hollywood Studios I pretty much know, but for whatever reason, Magic Kingdom, I can't figure it out. Sometimes I don't know where I am in that park, but when I'm here, I know exactly where I am. I feel like if you took a picture anywhere in this park, just of the ground, I could tell you exactly where you are. I just know this place in and out. It's a knowledge that I don't have with a place like Magic Kingdom. And of course, when back in Disneyland, you have to get a churro. Obviously, got it. After my churro, I got in line for Rise, and as maybe one of the only people who has been on both Rise in Hollywood Studios and Rise in Disneyland in the same calendar day, I have one gripe to point out. Why does Florida not have the brick oven pizza room? This is the best part of the ride. This is how I know I'm close. And in Florida, this room doesn't exist. Why? Anyway, I rode the ride. It was fine. So I would say, getting off Rise of Resistance now, the answer to the question, can you ride 6 individual Lightning Lane rides in one day across the country? The answer is yes, you can. You just can't wait for your cousin at Animal Kingdom and you just get on the ride before all the crowds do. But with an extra even 15 minutes, we would have gotten on Gardens no problem. So I think it's certainly doable. I will not be doing it again. Will not be trying, but this was a fun little trip. I've been wanting to do the 6 parks in one day, and I'm happy to have done it. I think, just missing it is tantalizing, but I'm not interested in trying again. So maybe down the road someday, but not today. No further trips planned right now. So, but yeah, a fun experiment. So after that, my filming for the day pretty much ends. I'm sorry, I was tired. I knew I had to walk a long way to my hotel. It was raining. I was just, feeling a little bit down for not completing the full extent of the challenge I put out for myself. But mostly I was tired. And, to wrap things up succinctly, I would say, is this worth it? I don't know. What do I get out of it? I get to say that I've been to all 6 Disney parks in one day in the United States. And who's going to care about that besides me? Maybe you watching, but other than that, nobody. So I don't know. This is entirely a vanity project, which is fine. That's why I did it. But there's no sense of me that's like, oh, I got to try again. Because I don't care. It was just me wanting to do this for fun. And it was fun, and I'm glad I did it, but I don't want to do it again. And if you're thinking about doing it and you're on the fence and you want me to tell you to do it, I'm not going to do that. Make that decision for yourself. Don't involve me. I would say don't do it. It's probably not worth it. But it's fun, but it's also tiring. So I don't know. That's all I got. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. If not, I don't care. There might be more Disney content, but probably not more Disney challenge-y type content like this because I don't have the fortitude to do it. So I hope you enjoyed this one-off presentation. Goodbye. I don't know why my hotel here in California has a bunk bed, but it does, and I felt like this was relevant to include in the video since this is the end of my journey. So I just wanted you all to see this, basically. Hope you enjoyed seeing this. If you're ever at Disneyland, the Marriott Courtyard by the Convention Center has rooms with bunk beds in them, so that's pretty cool.